Welcome to Celestia Productions YUIC. Today I am incredibly honored to be speaking with Dr. Rose, an assistant professor at Mount Royal University, a dedicated artist, a mother, and a voice of cultural expression and academic equity. Her work beautifully weaves together themes of Iranian heritage, motherhood, and the complexities of identity, often using art as a medium of reflection and storytelling. Dr. Rose, thank you so much for being here. Could you please just introduce yourself a little bit and tell us about your academic and professional journey?
I am Rose Asgharzadeh, and I have been a university professor for the last 15 years, mostly in my country, in Iran, Tehran. I have got my Ph.D. from one of the most prestigious university in my country, which is called Ph.D. University or SPU University, and have been actually I've taught HR courses for a long time. And less than 2 years ago, I immigrated to Canada.
Can you share your journey to becoming an assistant professor at Mount Royal University?
Yeah, definitely. When I came to Canada, I came straight to Calgary because of my son. My son actually has been accepted as a PhD student at U of C. And then I joined him here in Calgary in July 2023. Then after that, based on the policy, Canada's immigration policy for Iranian people, I got the open work permit very immediately in few weeks, and I started meeting people, having coffee meeting with people in coffee shops, introducing myself to them and let them know that I'm here, a person with this much experience, knowledge, and I talked about my expertise, and I was wondering if I can get a position here, and hopefully I ended up at Mount Royal University, Business School of Business as a assistant professor.
That's incredible. That's how I got to know you because I was reading one of your stories that you were presented to CBC News.
Yes.
And your networking capacity, especially just knocking on someone else's door without knowing them, is kind of like networking played a huge role on getting into your job. So how would you just specify or like mention this one to some newcomers who don't have any idea about Canadian culture, heritage, or academia, or any new roles to Canada? And do you think that networking would be one of the key roles or something? Just I want to know more about the networking part from your end.
Yeah, definitely I say yes. It works. A very pillar and main actually role in job searching. If you're new here in Canada, you need to learn the rope. You need to learn the how does it work here. It is different. Although I know and I have had lots of experience out of here, but when I entered, I understood it's a new game, and I need to learn this game. And one of them was networking. Networking here works magnificently works here, because here, after a while you understand they are right, because they don't know you. Although you have lots of experience, knowledge, qualification, whatever out of here, but they don't know you. So you need to reach out to them, introduce yourself, talk about yourself, let them know that you're here. A person is here with this much experience, and that person has some expertise. When I learned it, I started reaching out to people and meeting them every week or every day. Even now, to be honest. I'm meeting new people every week or every 2 weeks. And I think in this way, you are making your network. I think most of HR professionals in Calgary now know me, and I know them. I know lots of them. I invite them as a guest speaker to my classes. I have some actually work with them, and I think that is very, very important to know these actually journey, because it plays an important role in job market.
Before coming to this session, we were talking about something, and I shared a story from one of my friends that although having a PhD from UK, being an associate professor at one of the universities in Prince Edward Island for 9 years, she failed to find an academic job in Alberta for over 20 years now. So although I know that networking plays the highest role, I think your selling products, like you have your expertise, you know how to go through this channel and that channel. I think there is something from your inner self. So would you share your mind to share that one? Because networking plays a key role. But again, if you can't present yourself to the crowd, you won't be stood out. So what is that miracle from your side?
One of the main part is my previous experiences as a lecturer. Because I have been a lecturer in most of my life, I know how to present something that I want. And so it was a skill that I have learned during all my profession. Another thing was that I was not playing any role when I was meeting people. I was actually myself. I was telling whatever I really was, and I was talking about my passion. I was talking about what I have done before. I was talking about the project, the researches, everything that I have done in my life. Not just talking about it, but I had some proof, and they knew that, okay, this person really talks about what has happened in their life. I think it needs the trust. If trust happens, many journey opens. When you are yourself, when you are not playing any role, and when you are honest with people, I think this is the key for starting the journey.
Absolutely. Like your honesty, your skills to be presented in a crowd where you are going to be by yourself, not making some like parallels or bringing something into your role that you haven't played before. And of course, like creating attention from the expertise that you brought from your back home. I just wanted to know what made you to choose to be an academia?
You know, uh, when I'm thinking about it and talking about it, I need to come back to my childhood. So when I was a little girl, I remember that I was really interested and passionate about teaching whatever I knew. I remember even when I was 7 years old, when I learned exactly the first grade, actually elementary girl, I learned the alphabet in my language. I insisted on my dad to buy a blackboard. In that time, it was blackboard, not whiteboard or whatever. To buy a blackboard, and he asked me, why do you want it? And said, I want to teach neighbor's girl how to write alphabet. I think it is something that the skill is something that I was born with it. And this passion has been always with me. And when I'm in class, as my students know here or in my hometown, they know when I'm in class, I'm just enjoying every single moment. So I think it is the good, you know, the good sign that shows that it is the job that I was born for. I'm enjoying, and I am always going beyond my duty because I don't feel the time, and I see that that's the job that I have loved it, and so I have done most of my life.
Yeah, I echo your consistency because when I was a kid, my parents instilled into me that I have to be a doctor. Since then, I was so insistent and consistent that I have to be a doctor. I even didn't write my entrance exam to other universities, not with any other faculties. That was the only department that I applied for, but unfortunately there was something happened into our in our country that some of the questionnaires were like kind of opened and that exam was dismissed. So I was super shocked, but didn't take it for granted. I went to write the exam again next day, and fortunately, I was accepted by one of the top-rated medical colleges in our country. Even I was accepted by the number one medical college, but my dad didn't want me to cross the river, so he let me to get enrolled into something like closer to our house. That was the number 3 medical college in our country. So consistency.
Yes.
No matter what you do, you have to be consistent.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Thank you for sharing your incredible story with us. So now I got to learn that you are a very good artist and you are a good storyteller. Would you mind to let our customers, our viewers, our friends and families know what role does art play in your life alongside your academic responsibilities?
I cannot call myself as an artist. If they call me an artist, it is whatever I am doing just for fun. It's a kind of mindfulness practices for me. And what I'm doing is just doing and drawing some mandala, geometric actually drawing, and it is a kind of inspiring the moment that I feel that I'm under some pressures. It's a kind of mindfulness practices that I do, and so it's step by step it improves. And I think as an academia, I believe there are lots of pressures or moments that you need to handle this pressure, and art is a way that you can do it as a therapy. It helps you because you're thinking about that. It inspires you, and by whatever you are doing by actually your hand, it releases lots of your stress.
Yeah, kind of origami that we discussed about a few minutes earlier. Origami is almost the same, but it does have less spiritual but more artistic one, like how powerful your mind to just get everything collected and connected to it started with a very smaller scale that ended up with a big building that reformed one of the rooms for a church, the other one for a mosque, the other one for a rail station, something like that. So origami keeps you away from all those stresses. So it's a natural healer also. So mandala,
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, it's actually natural healer. Yeah, I believe there are some things that you can do in your life to release this kind of stress, and because I believe that if you want to be successful in your career or in your life, it's very important to focus on your physical health and mental health
yeah.
at the same time. So doing some exercises and doing some arts is giving you a kind of balanced life that helps you to improve in your career and life.
What is your policy or strategy to have a work-life balanced time?
That's a very good question because nowadays, especially in modern life, it's very difficult to have this balanced life, especially when you have a professional life. Improving in your professional life and career path, actually going through your career path, needs sacrificing most of your time and energy on it. But what I have find that was very helpful for me was doing some exercises every day, even during my busy time at university. My colleagues know me that I just change my clothes and go to gym. And so we have a running track, very good running track at Mount Royal University and some very good equipments there. I go there and I start running because I believe running is a kind of, it's not just doing exercise. It helps you to reduce lots of your stress. And so doing exercise every day is one of the things that I do. Meditation, I think, is very good tool, very good technique you can do, and I try to do every night. And so just focusing on your physical health plus your mental health, doing some art or whatever that you're enjoying is very helpful. But the best thing is that when you're doing something that you really enjoy, I mean, the job is what you're really enjoying,
Yeah.
it also balances your life automatically.
Yeah. So in terms of meditation, it does help a lot. When we had a block week at our CDL Rockies, our first assignment in the morning, 7 o'clock, was to have the meditation for an hour. And I personally would recommend having meditation almost every day. Will change 90% of your like previous life because you are relieving all of your stresses. You are also revitalizing your body side by side. You are proving that you respect, you love yourself also. Self-respect, and there is no selflessness. Here's self-respect and love. Meditation is one of them. Yeah.
Yes, that's magnificent.
So balancing multiple roles can be challenging. How do you manage your responsibilities as a professor, artist, and a mother?
Oh, I I do my best. I'm not sure how much I'm successful, but majority of my time goes over my job because, as I mentioned, it is the job that I love to do it. And so I'm not looking at it as a job. I am looking at it as having fun. And so I don't feel when I'm there in my classes or at university, I don't feel how time passes. So, but although I love my job, although there are many things to do, I need to update myself, reading articles, doing some research and whatever. I need to have time for myself and for my son. So I try to be connected with him every day, every single day, talking, having some chat, going out every week, spending some times together. I think it is what most of people do. And so it doesn't matter what is your job, you need to be careful and to know that these are the most important part of your life that you shouldn't ignore. And you cannot tell them, okay, I will do in future, because no one knows about future. This is the time that we have now. So we are focusing now. about what we have and trying to enjoy what we have.
Thank you, Dr. Rose, for being here today. We learned a lot about your personal and professional life, and we hope you would make a legacy from Iran to Calgary.
Thank you very much for inviting me. I'm really pleased to actually be here with you. And I believe that Celestia Productions is doing the great job. And thank you very much for having me here and sharing my story. I believe that Celestia Production is doing the great job and giving a great service to Calgary. I hope seeing you in future in your improvement and developing of this great company.
Thank you.